Get on your grind, shorty K.
I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it. See, it's diamonds in your soul, but you gotta dig a lot deeper. See, all of our minds been exposed, but I've been changing the frequency. Sending my prayers and affirmations, way, way past where them eagles be. What I learned in my returns is not all things you need to see. You gotta feel it, the negative talk, the negative thoughts, and you gotta kill it. I know that it's hard and it leaves scars and it ain't appealing, but you gotta heal it. There's lessons in every little layer, but you gotta peel it. Cause the best way to get some air is removing your ceiling. Look, trust me, I know cause I did it. Hit rock bottom, looked around like damn, what the fuck I do with it? I remember the levels and picked up my shovel and I started digging and digging and digging until I got dizzy. And trust me, the spirit been busy. I'm back and I'm paid and I'm busy, so feel like I'm acting the way that you get it. This is for back in the day when they just shit it. I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it.
Yes, Zersky, peace, love, and light. It's the God, Lord Christopher, the liver survivor, man. You and I'm back with another download straight from the cosmos. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the truest keys to success. Hey, listen, man, we back. We back with another episode of the See Ya Greatness podcast. It's been a little while. I had to get some things right within my own life. A lot of things have been happening, not only just within my life, within the world, man, but a lot of us are experiencing, different shifts, different changes, different things that, kind of puts a lot of plans and objectives and goals on hold sometimes. You feel me? Sometimes you got to, tap into the art of war. Sit back, relax, observe, see what's going on in the playing field, and then get back into action. And that's what we're doing, man. So we're finally back. We're finally here. This is actually episode 47. So we're here. We're like 3 away from 50. We're 3 away from 50. You feel me? So, we're back. We're finally able to, get back in our groove with doing these episodes and bringing that education, that realization, and that visualization to the viewers. You heard? So look, let's go ahead and not even play with it. Okay with it. Let's go ahead and get into the disclaimer so that we can get into the episode. All right. The vibes here at SYG Studios are to motivate, educate, and enlighten our people to achieve greatness through seeking new ways to invest in themselves. Everything is high level. What we think, what we say, how we feel, and definitely how we act. But before we even get into the energy, take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right. We love engagement over here and understand that a village pushes the trend, not just one individual. The support is much appreciated. All right. How you do that, what you can do is by visiting the link. Go ahead and tap into that link right there. It allows you to join the SYG community on all social platforms. You can also even tap in new merch that we have on the website. And also, if you want to, add me to your contacts, where I'll actually send you text messages, whether it's like motivational messages in the morning. We also are going to start having contests to where I'll be giving away items or merchandise for those who interact and engage with the brand. A multitude of different things. You'll be updated on new episodes and new things to come, as well as the journey continues. So tap into that link. All right. Our aim is to not only grow the legacy, but reach at least 500K. Yes, I said 500,000, a little slight 500,000 individuals who want, need, and are seeking the knowledge to live a more abundant life. Now, with all the information being provided, I do want to continue to send out this quick disclaimer. Please take the time to do your own research. It's very, very vital. My content is intended, to be used for motivational purposes only. Always do your own analysis based on your own current circumstances. Now let's go ahead and get into my favorite part of the pod, where we step into our God body energy. How we do that? We inhale peace and we exhale so that we can receive that growth and ultimately see our greatness. So go ahead and let's step into the meditation. Inhale peace. Exhale and receive growth. Now see your greatness. Here's what we are learning and tapping into today. All right. So we are currently in the season, what I would call the last quarter. We're currently in the last quarter. We're in October. Today's October 21st. And on this day, in supreme mathematics, when you add all the numbers together, it actually equals a master number, which is master number 11. Now, from my knowledge and from my research, numbers, letters, they all correlate to specific things, or they symbolize specific things, right? So, with today being the 11th, we like to take those two numbers, which is actually number one. And in supreme mathematics, what that means is knowledge being born into knowledge or unto knowledge. So basically, we're stepping into a time, or we're in a time today to where we just need to understand what knowledge is, right? And let more knowledge continue to grow within our being so that we can continue to elevate, educate, and motivate others within the world, right? And not only just that, but to continue to push ourselves to be in the best position possible. Knowledge is the accumulation of truth, right? So, with that being said, like, you're taking the time to accumulate truth, understand truth, know what truth is, getting out of ignorance, and allowing that knowledge that you have to overflow into others who need knowledge as well. So that's the season that we're in. We're in the last quarter to where, we're pretty much, preparing for the new year, or the new season. I'm already feel like I'm in the new season, and the new season is to a build and destroy season, where we need to understand the knowledge of how a lot of us are going to have to break ourselves down to its simplest form, or its finest grain. And then we have to utilize what we have around us, our resources, the knowledge that we have, the understanding that we have, right? So that we can build ourselves into a stronger being, right? A more armored and equipped being. Each year you should be growing. Not to say that you don't take steps in our battle or in our journey that may make you feel like it's not progressing. However, you have to come to the realization that you are always progressing. It's all based off of perspective. It's all based off of situations that you put yourself in, or you may feel that you're in, and how you bounce back from that. You feel me? So we're stepping into that build and destroy year 2024. When you add all the numbers together, it equals number 8, which means to build and destroy in supreme mathematics. And again, like, I have my supreme mathematics. I don't know if you can see it, but I got my supreme mathematics up there on the board to just remind me, man. And build and destroy. Let's actually just go with it. So it says to build. Get my mic so y'all can hear me. To build is to elevate the mentality and material of oneself, others, and the planet. To destroy is to ruin the mentality and material of oneself, others, and the planet by allowing negativity to outweigh the positive. Your culture can build or destroy, right? And then, culture is another number. Culture and freedom, equality, power and refinement, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, being born, having cipher, God and perfection. Like all numbers have a specific meaning. Like right now we're in, um, the God year. Number 7. 2 + 2 + 3 = number 7. 0 cancels out. And again, that even has meaning. And as y'all can see, especially with what's been going on in the world, God essentially means, truth, right? It means having truth. And if you look around what's been going on in the world, if you look, at what's been transpiring in a lot of individuals' lives, like truth is being brought to light, whether it's within our governments, whether it's within, relationships, whether it's within your careers. A lot of truth has been happening. Look, you know what I'm saying? Tupac's killer just you feel what I'm saying? Like not I'm not gonna, make any bold statements like that by saying that was Tupac's killer, but I'm just saying like it's been years, 27 years, and now information is coming out, and I like to utilize these stories to, um, build rapport with my audience, and because I know the type of audience that I have. I know what type of things my audience tunes into. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us like, music. A lot of us like sports and entertainment. So I try to take different topics from there so that I can relate it back to what's transpiring, in all of consciousness and all of what's transpiring in the world, what's transpiring in the universe, in our spiritual realms, all of that. Like it all correlates. As above, so below. You feel me? That's the law of correspondence. As within, so without. So, a lot of things that are happening within the world, it's by design. God is always evolving as well. You feel me? And when I grew to learn that, true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing, right? And with that being said, it's like if God is always evolving and we can't even comprehend God's mind, right? Because it's so abundant and it's so, you know, unimaginable that it'll drive you crazy trying to you feel what I'm saying? Put yourself in that type of seat. You feel me? It really can drive one crazy, but not to go off the deep end. That's just what it is right now. Everything is a revelation of truth. And within that, as we dive into today's topic, I want you guys to understand that you need to know the signs. And by knowing the signs, the biggest thing is understanding that understanding when certain things are distractions, right? Especially when you're trying to elevate, especially on your personal development journey, your spiritual journey, right? Whatever journey that you're on, we need to know the signs, and we need to know like when things are transpiring, whether it's within the world, again, like why it's happening. Everything happens for a reason, right? Nothing does not matter. Everything matters. You feel what I'm saying? So with my knowing of that, I start to learn patterns. I start to learn why specific things happen within the world. Um, Not even just within the world, why specific things may happen within my own life. It's because there are particular patterns like that occur. There are particular algorithms that occur. You feel me? There are particular um, things that will cross your path to show you, like, hey, this is about to happen. And if you are not focused, you'll miss the mark. You'll mix the ascension into your God body armor, right? And we can look at that and see that right now, like there are a lot of people out here harnessing that fear energy, right? You feel me? Whether it's with these wars that is happening, and I don't like to get too political because they'll try to turn your channels off and things of that nature. And y'all, this is my my communication right here, but they can't stop me from tapping in with the community, or the people that I can touch personally. However, like, things that are happening within the world, whether it's the wars in Palestine and you know other wars that are happening that are not like nuclear, right? Like we have drug epidemics out here, um spiritual wars going on, people and individuals not knowing themselves and what's causing them to be unaware. Like it's serious out here. But if you are staying equipped, if you are staying on your square, you'll understand and be able to see right through this.
Series out here, but if you are staying, check it out.
Listen to Siri, man. Like I didn't even ask her I didn't even ask you. See what I'm saying? And it'd be stuff like that. Why are you listening to me? I'm not even talking to you. I can't even say a S word without her popping up. But it be stuff like that, man. Distractions. Every time I do a video, it's always a perfect representation of what I'm talking about, right? Things like that try to knock you off your square and get me out of my frame of mind and what I'm trying to talk about. Know the signs. You feel me? So with that being said, I ended up finding a verse within the Bible, and I like to utilize the Bible because it's a book that everybody is aware of. Everybody, in my opinion, I feel has the ability to grab a hold of, because for a very long time I didn't understand that this book is beyond religion. It's used to help a certain group of individuals stay in particular positions, and we don't really understand why they're using this book of spells, this book of words, right? This book of promises, patterns, and principles. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of me being afraid and so negative about it, I said, you know what, let me open it up and see what things I can actually learn and take and use discernment and see, what was inserted and what was taken out, when you do your own research. Hey, let me dive in to see if I can learn a little something. And today I felt like I wanted to share this with y'all. Go ahead and present my screen. I'm gonna present this to y'all, and this was something that I found that I feel is very, very vital, especially when it comes to distractions. I'm gonna get this banner off. Especially when it comes to distractions and learning how to get through these distractions. All right, so this is actually in Proverbs 4, right? And we're gonna read the whole section, and it's talking about how specific things will help you stay away from becoming distracted or losing your focus, right? So let's go ahead and dive into Proverbs 4. So listen, friends, to some fatherly advice, right? Sit up and take notice so you'll know how to live. That's key right there. Listen, friends. Now listen, friends, to some fatherly advice. Sit up and take notice so you'll know how to live. Knowing, man, knowing is a big thing. Believing is good, but knowing is a whole nother thing, because in knowing and having knowledge, that means you have truth, or you've accumulated an amount of truth. I'm giving you good counsel. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. All right? When I was a boy at my father's knee, the pride and joy of my mother, he would sit me down and drill me. Take this to heart. Do what I tell you. Live. All right. Now we got to understand, like when we read in this, like these are like stories, yo. And for a long time, I was brought up thinking like these were like honestly like real people. Now, some of it may have been, but in my research, I grew to realize like they use different names. You feel what I'm saying? They took scenarios and mixed it up a little bit to fit specific agendas. However, there's still a message in here for you to take heed to and use it wisely. We're going to get to that. All right. So take this to heart. Do what I tell you. Live. Sell everything and buy wisdom. Now, why the hell would you tell us to sell everything and buy wisdom? That don't make sense, right? But it do, trust me. Forage for understanding. Now, these are supreme mathematics. Knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom are the top three. All right. So these are your top three. Not your top three rap artists, not your top three basketball players. All right. These are your top three in God's understanding and knowledge and wisdom and foresight. All right. Sell everything about wisdom. Forage for understanding. Don't forget one word. Don't deviate an inch. All right. So don't deviate and don't forget wisdom and understanding. Never walk away from wisdom. He giving you game. This is game right here. And what is wisdom? Wisdom is the application of truth. Right. So I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna go over something called the prerequisites of wisdom. Never walk away from wisdom. She guards your life. Love her. She keeps her eye on you. I'm gonna say this again. Now this a rider right here, for real, for real. Never walk away from wisdom. She guards your life. Love her. She keeps her eye on you. What? You telling me I got bad shawty and she keep her eye on me, guarding, watching over me, my life? Got my life in her hands? Hold on, she must be important. Above all and before all, do this. Get wisdom. Write this at the top of your list. Get understanding. It's going to all make sense. Throw your arms around her. Believe me, you won't regret it. Wisdom got that. Never let her go. She'll make your life glorious. Now, this is game right here, y'all. Especially when it comes to this personal development journey. Like that's why I call myself the living survivor manual, because I've been through some things and I know some things, right? I know how to maneuver through life properly, accordingly. I've had to do it for a very, 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 very long time. I'm very young, and I still have so much to learn, but there's so many things that I've had to grow and do and learn on my own that when it comes to understanding this scripture right here, I'm telling you, yo. All right. Now throw your hands around wisdom right quick. Throw them hands around her. Believe me, you won't regret it. Never let her go, and she'll make your life glorious. We all want a glorious life, right? She'll garland your life with grace. She'll festoon your days with beauty. Now let's see what that is. She'll garland. What's that? A city of nowhere. No, a wreath of flowers. A wreath of flowers.
Okay, here's what I found.
See, here's Siri keep coming up here, bro. Distractions. All right. Siri keep coming up here. All right. Show garland. So let's see what that means. A wreath of flowers and leaves worn on the head or hung as decoration. So it's almost like, she's like when you go to Hawaii and they lay you with flowers, you know what I'm saying? It's like a welcoming. So she'll welcome you. She'll garland your life with grace. So she'll welcome you with grace. She'll shower you instead of being showered with flowers. She'll shower you with grace, right? And what is grace? Let's break this down. Simple elegance or refinement of movement, right? Courteous, goodwill. These are all the good things that she's given to you, right? Refinement, right? She'll festoon your days. All right, now she giving gifts, y'all. She giving you grace. She festooning your days. What's festoon? Not eastoon, festoon. because I don't want to skim past words. A chain or garland of flowers. She giving you more. She giving you more. More flowers. Your days with beauty. Dear friend, take my advice. It will add years to your life. Wisdom is giving you so much of her. You feel them? She got that bap. You gotta put your arms around her. She giving you flowers. You feel what I'm saying? She making your days better. She giving you longer years on your life. That sound like I'm living. That sound like happy wife, happy life to me. I'm writing out clear directions to wisdom way. I'm drawing a map to righteous road. Come on, man. I don't want you ending up in blind alleys or wasting time making wrong turns. See, that's what happens when you don't have wisdom. You end up on the block or in that, on that end of the road that you ain't supposed to be on. Right? Hold tight to good advice. Don't relax your grip. Guard it well. Your life is at stake. Like wisdom, I'm telling you, without wisdom, that means you're ignorant. That means you have no knowledge of anything. And so you're lost. And when you're lost, you feel me? Like Gucci said, you get lost in the sauce. And you don't want to get lost in the sauce. Because when you get lost in the sauce, you know what I'm saying? You end up in these back alleys, making wrong turns. Don't take wicked bypass. Don't so much as set foot on that road. Stay clear of it. Give it a wide berth. That means, you know what I'm saying? Let that thing be some distance between y'all. Make a U-turn, make a detour, and be on your way. Don't walk that path, man, especially not with wisdom. Evil people are restless unless they're making trouble. They can't get a good night's sleep unless they've made life miserable for somebody. That's what's on that road. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? They ready to. And I say niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas is ignorant. Niggas are people that they don't know who they are. They don't know where they come from. They don't know that light that they have within us, nor do they care to even like seek or find it. They just niggas. They ignorant. And I'm trying to keep you from being around them. Wisdom is, right? Perversity is their food and drink. They perverts. And they love violence. Violence is their drug of choice. Come on, man. I don't want to be around that. I'm trying to be around wisdom. I'm trying to be hugged up with her. And understand that if I got her, I'm good. The ways of right living people glow the light. The longer they live, the brighter they shine. But the road of wrongdoing gets darker and darker. Travelers can't see a thing. They fall flat on their face. Learn it by heart. Dear friend, listen well to my words. In the beginning was the word, and the word was God. Listen to what God's saying. Tune your ears to my voice. Keep my message in plain view at all times. Concentrate. Learn it by heart. Like muscle memory. Like how you just know how to breathe without even knowing how you know how to breathe. It's just an innate thing. That's what you need to do. Concentrate and learn it by heart. Keep the message of keeping wisdom by your side. Those who discover these words live, really live. Body and soul. They're bursting with health. Come on, man. Keep vigilant. Watch over your heart. That's where life starts. Right here, man. In that rhythm. Don't talk out of both sides of your mouth. Avoid careless banter, white lies, and gossip. We ain't listening to none of that. We only want to hear truth. We only want to hear facts. We want to only walk in love. We only want to walk with wisdom. We only want to walk with understanding. We only want to tap in with knowledge. We ain't fucking with, excuse my language, but we ain't rocking with foolishness and ignorance. We ain't not walking with them because we know what they produce. We know what comes with them. You ain't catching me in that alley. No, sir. All right. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all sideshow distractions. That's the key one right there. Proverbs 4:25. Keep your eyes straight ahead. You feel me? You got wisdom right here. Y'all got an understanding of what it is. I know, Shorty over there looking like Dream Doll. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah. Wifey right here. Snug tight. Eyes straight. Focus. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all sideshow distractions, man, because we know what that come with. Watch your step, and the road will stretch out smooth before you. Look neither right nor left. Leave evil in the dust. Come on, man. Y'all can't tell me y'all ain't feel that. Y'all wouldn't want to go on Wisdom Way. I definitely would rather go on Wisdom Way than Wicked Bypass. You feel me? Wicked Bypass don't even sound like something I want to drive through. I'm trying to tap in with Wisdom Way. They got a lot to offer. They shower me with flowers. She got that caboose on her. You know what I'm saying? She guards my life. So, she always keeping me safeguarded. You feel what I'm saying? I'm always strapped when I'm with her. So why wouldn't I follow that? And this is the message that I got as far as what has been transpiring in this world, man. We got to stay steadfast. We got to stay focused, and we cannot let these distractions hinder us from our mission, from whatever we feel like our purpose is here. Because we got things that we need to do. We got things that we need to learn. And how can we do that if we're distracted? You feel me? We get a chance and a choice every day to focus on the right things. Now I know we human. I know, we're habitual beings who have been through certain programs and patterns, and just like we learn specific things over time, we got to unlearn certain things over time. I'm forever evolving and growing. I'm never going to feel like I know it all. There was something that Myron Golden said, and y'all should tap in with him, and I wrote this down. He said, hold on. He said, the biggest hindrance to learning is thinking you already know. It's nothing worse than the person to be like, I know. No, you don't, cuz. You don't know it all, because if you did, I'm telling you, you wouldn't be here right now. You would have been ascended back. And that's just based off what I've grown to learn about what the real way of life is. Right? Sound knowledge, sound reasoning. You feel what I'm saying? That's a way of life. That's a way of life. So don't get distracted by everything that's happening around you. Stay steadfast on fulfilling your goals, your objectives, your purpose, and whatever that is. As long as it's being led with wisdom and understanding and knowledge and love and peace. You feel me? Because we not on the other side. We don't rock with Wicked Bypass. You heard? We on Wisdom Way. We on Wisdom Way in the race. You feel me? So yeah, man, like that's the message that I got, that I feel like I needed to preach to y'all. That was the knowledge of the game that was downloaded into me from the Most High. And y'all need to take heed to that. Now, I told y'all there were like prerequisites to wisdom, and I'm gonna go over them right quick. So the prerequisites to wisdom, right? First is ignorance. Like, ignorance is the absence of truth. We all have been born ignorant, and we're all ignorant to something, right? The next one is knowledge, which is the accumulation of truth. Over time, as you grow to learn new things, like how we had to learn how we had hands and feet and teeth and how we had to learn words and learn how to walk and things of that nature. Like that's forever. That's a forever thing. You're forever going to be obtaining knowledge or accumulating truth. The third is understanding, which is the assimilation of truth. Now you're bringing knowledge and together with ignorance and helping those who are ignorant understand, right? Knowledge. So knowledge is more so like, how can I explain it? Is like, like I know of something. I know of something now. And understanding is more so I comprehend it. Because knowing something and knowing what something means are two different things. You feel what I'm saying? Like how we had to, look up these words. Like I know the word garland, but I didn't know what garland meant. Now I did once I, applied, which is wisdom, the application of truth. Once I applied knowledge and understanding and I put them together to make wisdom, now I have a full, circle of being and knowing truth and understanding truth and comprehending truth and taking that truth and sharing that truth with you. You feel me? That's the way of life, right? So those are the prerequisites to wisdom. Ignorance, which is the absence of truth. Knowledge, which is the accumulation of truth. Understanding, which is the assimilation of truth. And then wisdom, which is the application of truth. And then the last is one that we always look to stay away from, which is foolishness. And that is abandonment of truth. Like you know everything that you know, you understand everything that you know, you're applying everything that you know, and then you just abandon it. For what? To go on wicked bypass, you feel what I'm saying, and tap in with them who's just gonna bring hell to your life. I ain't on that journey. I don't want to be. I don't want you to be. So that was the knowledge of the day. Now let's go ahead and tap into some new upgrades. So on this segment, I decided to pick, 3 topics that interested me or that I was interested in. And in those 3 topics, let me do this, let me share. In those 3 topics, I want to, I'm sorry, y'all, move. Present. In those 3 topics, I wanted to show y'all that some things that I found very, very dope and very, very interesting. So let's go here. Bam. Right. This was a story that I'm very, very interested in. Closing the wealth gap, how Northwestern Mutual's accelerator program is empowering Black entrepreneurs. So there are always going to be topics that I pick from. And I'm gonna usually try to pick like 2 or 3 topics. So I'm gonna have a mental health topic, a tech topic, an educational topic, sports and entertainment topic, spirituality topic, or an entrepreneurship style topic. So this is more so like an entrepreneurship right here. This is entrepreneurship right here. Closing the wealth gap, how Northwestern Mutual's accelerator program is empowering Black entrepreneurs. All right. Access to resources is one of the most significant barriers to entry for Black entrepreneurs, whether it is a lack of funding or a gap in training. Black business owners have often found it challenging to tap into the same level of success at the same rate as some of their racial counterparts. Northwestern Mutual, a leading financial services company which has been helping people and businesses achieve financial security for more than 160 years, acknowledges this systemic challenge and is committed to investment opportunities that will help reduce the racial wealth gap. One program the company has stood up, its Black Founder Acceleration Program, furthers its commitment to championing diversity, equity, and inclusion. Based on recent research, Black founders receive less than 2% of venture capital funds. Wow. Northwestern Mutual is stepping in and offering each eligible entrepreneur a $100,000 investment and inclusion in a 12-week intensive program. As part of the accelerator, the intensive program allows each startup founder to access individualized coaching and mentorship from top industry leaders directly. This might be something that I'm actually interested in. And I am interested in. I'm going to look into this. This commitment to the Black business community is one of several components that make up Northwestern Mutual's sustained action for racial This work underscores the firm's commitment to combating racism, prejudice, and social injustice. As we witness the remarkable achievements of each cohort, we are reminded that programs like these are essential in fostering a more inclusive entrepreneurial ecosystem, said Abim Kalaho. I hope I said your name correctly, sir. Chief Audit Executive at Northwestern Mutual and executive sponsor of the company's Sustained Action for Racial Equality, SARE, initiative. We hope that the success of these founders will inspire future generations of Black entrepreneurs to pursue their dreams. In partnership with Generator, a nationally ranked startup accelerator, the Black Founder Accelerator program has a robust programming model allowing participants to scale their business and increase diversity in the tech industry. And that's definitely an industry I'm looking to tap into. Programs like this are game-changing for these founders. Their success opens the door and creates new hope and possibilities for uncharted achievement. This program's success is an honest reflection of our company's unwavering support to create a more diverse industry by helping founders who would struggle to find these kind of support propel their businesses forward, said Craig Shedler, Managing Director of Northwestern Mutual's Future Ventures. We are confident that the next cohort of bright entrepreneurs will use the resources provided in this program to become leaders in their respective sectors. The current cohort members in the acceleration program reflect Northwestern Mutual Future Ventures' critical strategic focus areas, including fintech, insurtech, digital health, and data analytics. The latest cohort, which was announced, includes Kingsley and Izani, co-founder and CEO of CashX.app. CashX in Boston takes away the financial stress of immigrants during their migration journey by guiding them through building credit and establishing a U.S. bank account. Khalil Bird, founder and CEO of Shore.co. Shore, which is in New York, promotes economic freedom and generational wealth by helping student loan borrowers eliminate early mistakes, build financial plans, and adopt an understanding of credit. Sure also provides student loan repayment interruption insurance. That's dope. Matthew Parker, founder and CEO of ModernTax.io. Modern Tax in San Francisco simplifies underwriting by providing companies with on-demand and financial information on their customers for a better understanding of a company's financial health. Ashton Keys, founder and CEO of Athletic.io. Athletic in Detroit bridges the gap between brands and student athletes by providing a seamless connection for name, image, and likeness campaigns through data-driven insights and expert recommendations to pair brands with the perfect athletes for ROI-driven endorsement campaigns. Okay. What else we got? And last but not least, we have Janae Gamage, founder and CEO of TryForesight.io. Foresight in Kansas City, Missouri leverages natural language processing and machine learning algorithms to assess credit risk, fraud, and bias. This allows traditional banking services to safely open doors for underserved consumers and drive impact at scale. Northwestern Mutual's work to narrow the racial wealth gap doesn't stop here. On October 26, 2023, the company is hosting Gather Against the Gap, a one-day event in partnership with Northwestern University, Kellogg School of Management, to bring together business leaders, academics, and experts in the field to have a conversation on how to best stand up programs, initiatives, and funding to reduce the racial wealth gap and sustain action for racial equity. Click here to learn more about Northwestern Mutual's commitment to advancing equity and inclusion. Definitely going to click on that. Definitely want to click on that, and I'm going to tap into this later. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. The next one, 1 second. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. The next article is mental health. Share. And you know, me being in mental health, this particular story was very, very intriguing to me. And it's just making me think, you feel me? Especially being that, being in the mental health, you in some cases have to advocate for medication. I like to take more of a holistic approach when I speak with my clients and help them understand the alternatives that they have, so that they don't have to go through these type of things like this kid is going through out in Africa. This is now extending all the way out of the country. You feel what I'm saying? We know that this is a business, and I see a lot of kids, adults, every single day, different areas of in different cities, different projects, things of that nature, and I see how they are when they are on these quote unquote controlled substances, and it's not pretty, man. It's not. And I look to help in a different way, and I will. So this was a story about a 15-year-old kid on tramadol, and tramadol is an opiate, and you can become addicted on this medication. So tramadol, the opiate taking over Africa, and a painful echo of the Oxycontin crisis that has ravaged the U.S. Abusive opiate drug tramadol is now rife in Africa. But with poor access to painkillers for those with chronic diseases, stronger regulation may come at a price. And this is written by Laura Salm. I'm not going to mess up your last name like that, so I'm going to just leave it there, Laura. All right, but this is the 15-year-old kid named Ayo. He's a tramadol addict. He walks around his neighborhood in Togo while high on the opioid and cannabis. Ayo, or Ayayo, is a tall and well-built 15-year-old, and like many his age, he is very particular about his appearance, right? He wears a white t-shirt with a colorful design on the front, white trousers, and Kappa slip-on slides. He likes to put on a lot of effort into grooming his stylishly cut hair, right? When I met him, or when I meet him at his family's simple one-story brick house in Lome, Togo's capital, he stands in his room, looking into a tiny mirror, wincing as the comb gets stuck. Ayo, I'm going to just say Ayo, works for a company that sells drinking water. He gets up at 5 to load transport tricycles with heavy bags of water sachets, and then delivers them to shops in the local area. Before starting this morning, he took 2 white tramadol pills, each with a stated dose of 225 milligrams. For 4 years now, Ayo has been taking between 450 and 675 milligrams of tramadol almost every day. The maximum daily dose recommended by doctors is only 400, y'all. When I take it, I feel like I can do anything. Nothing seems impossible, Ayo says. If I do not take it, I'm not strong. It does not feel good. When he has taken the drug, he speaks so quickly that he stammers and trips over his words. Tramadol is a synthetic opiate used to treat moderate to moderately severe pain. It's relatively safe, cheap, and widely available compared to other opiate painkillers, and is given to patients with cancer, after surgery, or in cases of chronic pain. In Togo and many other countries, it's listed as an essential medicine. That's crazy. one that the healthcare service should have available at all times to meet the population's need. And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't care what nobody say, this is not medicine, yo. This is not medicine. And they need to stop using that word. Not the reporter, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That's not medicine, yo. It also has other effects. It can be a sedative, but if taken orally at high enough doses, it can produce a stimulating euphoric effect similar to heroin. Come on, bro. They giving 15-year-old kids heroin. And they wonder why it's a drug epidemic. Refugees in northern Nigeria reportedly use tramadol to deal with post-traumatic stress. In Gabon, it has infiltrated schools under the name Kobolo, leading to kids having seizures in class, while in Ghana, the tramadol dance is trending. The tramadol dance? This can't be serious. Basis is zombie-like moves on the way people behave when they're high on the painkiller. That's crazy. Musicians from Sierra Leone, Togo, and Nigeria have written songs about it. It is popular in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Among the ranks of Boko Haram and ISIS, tramadol tablets are taken by fighters, leading them to be dubbed jihadist pills. But because it's only about 1/10 the strength of morphine, tramadol is deemed to have a low abuse potential. It's therefore not intentionally controlled or scheduled by the United Nations. Instead, each country has to set up its own rules and regulations for tramadol production, import, export, distribution, and use. The efficacy of this is mixed across North Africa, West Africa, and the Middle East. Tramadol abuse is rife. When Ayo started with tramadol, he was still at school. He remembers being constantly tired while some of his classmates were always on good form. I saw my mates and I wondered why do they react so fast. One of them took Ayo to an old lady selling sweets, biscuits, and medicines in a tiny shop not far away. They bought some green tramadol capsules and Ayo's habit began. He enjoyed how the drug made him feel. I felt light and easy in my skin, he says. The reality, however, was not that simple. Ayo's behavior changed. In class, I was being too hot, he says. He became disrespectful towards his teachers, and eventually an argument over an unruly haircut led to his expulsion from school. No other public schools would take him, and he doesn't have the money for a private one. Since he can no longer go to school, despite it strictly speaking being compulsory at his age, Ayo works most days. He delivers water during the week and on Saturdays assists his father, a mason. On Sundays, he goes running, and some afternoons he plays football with others from the neighborhood. For all these activities, now he needs to take tramadol. Ayo's parents know that their son takes the drug. If it is for work, he can take it, but if not, it's out of the question, says his mother. While she thinks tramadol is okay, if it helps Ayo earn money, she does worry about him abusing it. It destroys people. I see this, they become crazy and do stupid things. Ayo's father also works as a night watchman. For this, he buys blue Abu Cap capsules labeled as being manufactured in India and containing ibuprofen, paracetamol, and caffeine from one of the countless medicine peddlers who roam the streets of Rome. He takes them to help him overcome the aches and pains he feels after a day of physical labor. Tramadol, Abu Cap to Ayo's parents, they are both medicine, and because medicines are not seen as drugs like cannabis or cocaine, they don't carry the same stigma. And that's crazy, bro. So you can take tramadol, but this right here, that's deemed a drug? Ayo is far from the only one using tramadol for non-medical purposes. This is a long article. I'm not going to read this whole article because it's going to go in his story, but y'all need to tap into this, yo. Y'all need to tap into this ASAP because that's crazy, especially my healthcare providers, man. Like, come on, yo. We got to get to a point to where we stand up for stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? If it's happening all across the country, over in Africa, it's already happening here in the U.S. with different types of drugs. Man, that's just ridiculous, yo. That's ridiculous. And I wanted to bring that article to light to y'all, man, because that's important. Like I work with kids every single day. I work with adults every single day. I see how they are on these different types of medications that they're, prescribed and things of that nature. And, as a counselor, I can't tell them what to do. I can only make suggestions and recommendations. But, if they're so adamant that these medicines are helping them, it's like what can I do? What other than try to give them the alternatives? But most of the time they're so out of it with having taken these medications, and it's so within their system that they don't want to go through the withdrawals. Like I've seen people go through some hell trying to withdraw from medications and things of that nature, and drugs, real drugs. And it's not pretty, it's not funny, there's no way for especially a 15-year-old kid to live, man. Like I don't even like taking ibuprofen, Advil, none of that. Like I've learned so many healthy different ways from like my elders. You feel what I'm saying? Making teas, using herbs. Feel what I'm saying? Taking things like aloe, like eating certain things like aloe and ginger, and for my smokers, boil you a tea of mullein. That helps remove the mucus out of your lungs. Like it's so many natural things, and these things are supposed to be derived from natural plants and herbs. Yet they're adding all of this extra stuff in here, and now he's exhibiting these, crazy episodes where he's being verbally abusive and arguing, and now he's expelled out of school. Like, come on, man, that's no way to live. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that was an upgrade that I wanted to tap in with y'all today. And then last but not least, I have one more article that I wanted to tap in, and this is more so on the educational side. And I felt that it was a dope cover as well. We're gonna go here. Howard, Professor AJ Link teaches the first space law course offered at an HBCU law school. A Howard professor is on a mission to bring more Black representation to space law. This is dope to me. I like space. I like learning about, the skies, astronomy, learning about different astrologies, quantum physics, like so many different things. We live in this realm, right? And we need to learn about these things that pretty much essentially give us energy and life, and allow us to experience the things that we do, right? God designed it for a reason, so why not learn about it? AJ Link's discovery of the field occurred during his time as a 1L student at George Washington Law in Washington, D.C., one of the only schools to offer a space law class per the dig. He went on to earn his master's of laws LLM in space law from the University of Mississippi. The achievement made him one of the handful of Black people in the world within that degree. As a void still remains in access to studying space law, Link is spearheading change. Link is an adjunct professor at the Howard University School of Law, HUSL, and teaches the first space law class offered at a historically Black college and university, HBCU law school, according to the dig. What's more, HUSL stands as one of the handful of law schools in the nation to offer both a space law course and a club. As part of our space law class, students not only learn the black letter law of international space treaties and U.S. space policy, they also get to meet space law professionals from NASA, U.S. Space Force, the American Society of International Law, private space companies, law firms with specialized practice areas, for space and more, Link explained. The bigger picture for Link is for HUSL to lead a movement toward there being more Black space lawyers and legal professionals, as well as more in the space community as a whole. Howard has the chance to be the premier space law institution in the country and should not miss the opportunity to grow its space law class offering into a full space law program that can prepare its students and graduates to fully explain that yes, space law is a real thing, Link said. Now let's actually look up what space law, you know what I'm saying, is, and you got to use your mind to think like why would people want to start learning about space law, right? Unless something's about to happen or something's transpiring in the above heavens, like as above, family, so below. So whatever happens above happens down here. Whatever happens within us happens on the outside of us. So, going in and learning how there are laws of land, laws of nature, laws of the seas, laws of space, like they're put in place for a reason. Remember, like God provides these things as tools for us to learn and obtain knowledge so that we can get understanding and then start utilizing wisdom. Space law is dope. Space law is something that we should look into. Space law is something that we should look out for. And I felt like it was very, very dope topic to bring to your foresight so that maybe one day you can see your greatness in it. Because again, this is what this channel is about. It's about education, motivating, and enlightening our people on new ways to invest in yourselves. Somebody might be interested in space law. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Now, what we're gonna do, man, we're gonna go ahead and move on into the last two topics of the day, which is thought-provoking questions. 100 days of thought-provoking questions that I would ask the 1%. You feel what I'm saying? The 10%, the 5%, or individuals who just are in a space of educating and wanting to provide knowledge to others who are seeking knowledge, right? And then the last one is words of wisdom, and then we out of here, right? So we're actually on day 37 from where we left off last video. Day 37 of 100 days of thought-provoking questions. Today's question is, what is your approach to long-term planning and strategic thinking? What is your approach to long-term planning and strategic thinking? And what I did, I went on ahead and wrote down a few things, right? And here's what I wrote down, right? All right, so in a business or personal context, right? Long-term planning and strategic thinking involves this. It involves goal setting, right? Clearly defining your long-term objectives and desired outcomes. It involves environmental analysis, assessing internal and external factors that may impact your plans. There's a thing called SWOT analysis that you should look into, right? And what that is identifying your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and threats to inform your strategy, right? Another thing is vision and mission, defining your organization's purpose and long-term vision. Strategic planning, right? Of course, we got to do strategic planning, and that's developing a comprehensive strategy to achieve your goals, and often through multi-year plans. Can't just be, one day. It has to be day to day to day to day, to month to month to month to month, to year to year to year to year. It needs to exceed your lifetime. Right? What's next? Implementation is something that is going to be required for long time planning and strategic thinking, right? You got to implement something. And what that is executing your strategy with specific action plans and milestones. Next, we got monitoring and adaptation, continuously reviewing progress and adjusting your strategy as needed. Next, you got to have risk management, identifying and mitigating potential risks that could hinder your long-term success. You got to have a stakeholder engagement, right? And that's involving key stakeholders and ensuring alignment with your long-term vision. Last but not least, we got innovation. You got to be innovative. Embracing change and innovation is to stay relevant and responsive to evolving circumstances. Long-term planning and strategic thinking can help you as an individual and an organization navigate uncertainties and work towards their desired future outcomes. It involves a mix of analysis, creativity, and adaptability to stay on course and achieve long-term success. So that's what I wrote down for y'all for, different approaches that you can take to long-term planning and strategic thinking. So y'all let me know if that was helpful, and if you have, any recommendations, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section. And just share your point of view about it. Last but not least, family, we got some words of wisdom, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here for the night. This was an amazing episode. Amazing episode. I know that you guys learned a lot today. I learned a lot today, and I had an amazing time giving you guys this interview. So the words of wisdom, but actually before, words of wisdom, and then I'm gonna get into something last. So the words of wisdom for tonight is: you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Again, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And that is words of wisdom by my shorty, Maya Angelou. Before we get out of here, man, I want to, do something right quick. Now, I know y'all probably seen this book right here the whole time, this whole podcast. It's Lucky Me, right? Lucky Me is by Rich Paul. If y'all who don't know who Rich Paul is, he is LeBron's agent, or was LeBron's agent growing up. He took that job very serious, and he ended up becoming a agent, and his company Clutch Sports ended up becoming big and securing a lot of different partnerships and high profile individuals. And he has created a huge legacy for himself. Somebody that I'm truly inspired by. And I ended up winning one of his books. I ended up winning in the competition, or in a giveaway that he was doing. I want to say he was on Gil's Arena, and he was just talking about his life story and his book coming out and things of that nature. And this was actually before the book was released. And just stating what was next for Clutch Sports and things of that nature. And I ended up putting my information on the website that he was promoting at that time, and I ended up getting 2 copies of Lucky Me by Rich Paul, a memoir of changing the odds, right? And this is also a message up here. It literally said, I'm gonna keep this too. It just says a gift for you. Thank you for your order or whatever, but I'm gonna actually keep this. That's